when solving ratio problems with multiple things going on in the problem, if you set up a bar model, you can usually keep track and figure out what the unit is to help you figure everything else out. So starting with the first one, it says the ratio of the number of orange trees to the number of apple trees to the number of pear trees is 5 to 6 to 4. So the way I would show this is orange represented by 5 and apples represented by 6 and pears represented by 4. So I would show this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6 to 4. And then I'm going to use that information to answer the next problem. So if there are a total of 1,275 trees, how many of each type are there? Well, if there's 1,275, those are the total, but the ratio is 5 to 6 to 4. So I need to see how many 5 to 6, how many total pieces are in the ratio. In this case, I see that there's 15 total pieces that make up 1,275. If I check my math on this, this is 8, 20, 75. Okay, it looks like each unit here represents 85. So if I can find what 4 pieces are, in this case 4 times 85, this is 340. And this is, the orange trees are going to be another 85 on top of that. So it's going to be 425. And then the apples are going to be another 85 on top of that. So it's going to take this up to 510. So if I could figure out how much the total of them were, I'd just say that there's 425 oranges and 510 apples and 340 pears. Now, as I look here, they want me to use the exact same setup. So I know the oranges are going to be represented by 5. And I know that the apples are going to be represented by 6. And I know that the pears are going to be represented by 4. And they say that there are 720 pear trees. So how many trees in all? Well, I can very easily find out that a single unit here looks like 720 divided by 4, which is 180. So if I know each unit is 180, and I know that this entire thing is made up of 15 trees, 15 pieces, I know that I got to take those 180 per ratio unit and multiply it by 15. I know that the total number of trees is 2,700 trees. You can try these too, and then pause it, and I'll go over the answer. Okay, for Shelby, Brandon, and Ling, they shared the cost of lunch. It was 2 to 5 to 3. So if I set this up, I know that it's 2 to 5 to 3, and that's Shelby has 2, and Brandon has 5, and Ling has 3. So let me see what information they give me on top of that. If lunch was $250, how much did these person pay? Well, I know that this total must be $250. So if I can find what a single unit is, I can then use it to find out what each person paid. So if I know that it's $250, and I know that this entire ratio is made up of 10 parts, then that means each part is 25. That means that Shelby paid 50. It looks like Brandon paid 125, and it looks like Ling paid 75. If I use that exact same ratio at the bottom, and I know that the relationship is Shelby is 2, and Brandon is 5, and Ling is 3, 2 to 5 to 3, and they tell me that Ling was 24. That tells me that each unit must be 8. So how much did the lunch cost? Well, it looks like this is made up of 10 pieces. So if there's 10 pieces and they're 8 each, it looks like dinner must have cost, or lunch must have cost, $80.